Take a deep dive.
Rabbit Hole
Podcast.
No, the only time
that is the rabbit hole.
The only time I'm skinwalking is when I'm out of my shower and I forgot my fucking towel.
I'm your host, Kermit the Bird.
No.
What?
Okay. So that gives me idea. All right.
Oh, I'm scared.
So let's start this.
Coming soon to foreskins near you.
To foreskin?
The Skinwalkers.
Well, you know, speaking of foreskin, wait, no.
No.
I was like, where are you going with this one?
Okay. Like, listen. All right. So, you know, what is one thing that you guys like to do when you're really sick? Like when you feel bad, like you know that you have the shivers, or like if you have a fever. One of the things that I like to do is take a bath, a really, really hot bath. But then afterwards, after I'm done taking this bath, my skin is red as a lobster. I don't put on clothes. I just go straight wet, butt-ass naked, straight from the bathtub to the bed, skinwalking through the house.
Skinwalking.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Doing this skinwalking.
I need to leave.
Now I see why Norma married you.
This is a segue and a half, folks.
I was about to say, bro. I was like, I'm about to be damn.
I'll be down
I'm
here.
sorry, if anybody calls walking around the house naked skinwalking, I'm never talking to them again.
Michael's just waiting for somebody
here I
to
was, my
ask him
dick
a
hanging out,
question.
skinwalking around my house.
No. Like I'm literally going to murder the next person that tries to make fun of my accent, and then peel their skin off, wear it around, then walk around.
Then you're just Leatherface.
No, then I'm skinwalking in somebody else's skin.
You are Leatherface.
I was thinking Men in Black, the cockroach alien.
So Leatherface was a skinwalker? Boom.
That pulls the back of his head. There. Is that better?
Yep. Exactly. The whole time, that's where skinwalkers stemmed from.
Well, ladies and beans, why are we talking about skinwalkers today? Or why are we speaking about skinwalkers in this intro? Well, even though it's a really fucked up intro, today, that's what we are talking about. We're going on to part 1. Well, this might be a several-part series. We don't know yet. It's all depending on how much we get done in this episode. Welcome, Gal, to the table. Welcome. But today, we are talking about skinwalkers. Now, before we begin, Lynx, you need to come this way just a little bit. The camera has your head chopped in half. All right, good.
Nice. Process is like
He
was ahead of the game.
He was ahead of the game. But yeah, why are we talking? Welcome, ladies and beans, to the Rabbit Hole Podcast. I'm looking at the beautiful faces of LynxParadox, RusticII, FazeTheFoxBean, Nerocool, GalvanVR, and Remori. Yeah, it's just GalvanVR this time. There's no Nick. What happened to Nick? Why did you kill Nick?
What did you do with Nick?
What happened to Nick?
Nick,
as it says,
a long sentence, and now fucking dead.
I was just gonna say, as the saying goes, knick knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Oh God.
You're welcome.
Die.
Let's take a deep dive into the stories, You know, I just realized, never even turned on fucking what's it called for today's episode. So, today we are doing.
Waiting to find out you were recording.
Yeah.
No,
No, I was recording. I'm still recording. I'm not cutting this out. I like to leave in my stupidity, but I didn't even turn on OER Toolkit. That way I could pull up everything right here.
You're dumbass.
Oh, yeah.
It's
This
still
episode
opening.
is sponsored by Marco's stupidity.
I mean, that's a good time to put this while I'm setting this up. Ladies and beans, remember, this episode is also brought to you by SwiftLifestyles.com. Remember to get energized and get hydrated by using Swift Lifestyle stuff. Make sure to go to the website, check out what they got. I'm telling you, it's just kind of like
why you flashing the camera?
gamer fuel and stuff like that. If you guys want to try it and try all the other stuff that they got going on over there, make sure you do it. And then then use promo code MrMaco at checkout for 15% off of whatever you order. That is SwiftLifestyles.com. Use promo code MrMaco. Now,
15%.
15% off. Now let's get into the story of the Skinwalker. Now, the Skinwalker is a Navajo creature, and the Navajo was the Native Americans. But it was a demonic shapeshifter that the Native Americans won't mention by name. Now, anyone around on our table know anything about Skinwalkers? No, before we get into this?
I know a little bit.
Anikaka.
All right, then before I begin, I want to hear what you guys have to say. That way I can be like, let me just correct you right here.
They're like, they're people that, like shamanic people that wear animal skins to turn themselves into predators.
Oh, well.
Into, like, predator animals, right?
They try to mimic human voices and stuff like that as well to lure people.
I mean, they are like people. If I don't remember right, they're people that like wearing animal skins and to turn themselves into predator animals.
I
you're
just heard
saying,
that
like-
they're like cannibals.
Yeah, I
like,
was thinking
and-
just cannibal
yeah.
people.
They're often misdirected as Wendigos when they're entirely different things.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
That is.
Right, Wendigos.
Yeah, no, Wendigo's Canadian.
Like, was it the game Until Dawn?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
it's
call them
gonna be
Wendigos, but they make them look like Skinwalkers.
Yeah.
They're not the same thing. They're different.
That might be why I'm getting confused with some other things then.
Yeah.
Yes, entirely different creatures, but similar origin stories in a way. One's sort of like an alien, if I remember right. Isn't Skinwalkers like an alien?
They are a type of harmful witch.
Well.
Oh, so they're
All of your
spiritistic, and then
questions-
Wendigos are people that have been eaten or eat other people.
Yeah. Well.
What are the
Here.
ones that get stuffed in the ground
Yeah,
with their feet sticking up out of the ground?
Wendigos are just like humans that succumb to
Nani?
cannibalism.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
in the
Rory?
mountains. They're,
No,
they're
I mean
typically
they
the
succumb
miners.
to
swear I read
starvation and turn to cannibalism to survive. So it just
and then it transforms them.
I swear I read something about skinwalkers putting people in the ground, like, and their legs are the only things that were sticking up out of the ground afterwards.
They're crops. Hi, I'm digging potatoes today.
Well, let me get into our little deep dive that I have ready to go here. The shape-shifting Skinwalker takes on various forms across tribes, but most agree on what it looks like: a deformed animalistic body, marred face, and blazing orange-red eyes. The legend of the shape-shifting entity known as the Skinwalker has... Sorry.
push.
I'm gonna cut that one out.
JK, that was
Nah, keep that in.
That was
No,
pussy bitch.
that's gonna be kept.
Has largely been relegated to hoax status. After all, it is difficult to believe that a humanoid figure has been transforming into a four-legged animal and terrorizing families in the American Southwest. While unscientific, the Navajo Skinwalker does have deep roots in Native American lore. I skipped over a whole page. Okay, there we go. The rest of America got its first real taste of the Navajo legend in 1996, when the Dearest News published an article titled "Frequent Flyers?" The story chronicled a Utah family's traumatizing experience with the supposed creature that included cattle mutilations and disappearances, UFO sightings, and appearances of crop circles. But the family's most distressing encounter occurred one night, just 18 months after moving on to the ranch. Terry Sherman, the father of the family, was walking his dogs around the ranch late at night when he encountered a wolf. But this was no ordinary wolf. It was perhaps 3 times larger than a normal one, and had glowing red eyes, and stood unfazed by 3 close-range shots. Sherman blasted into his side. and it did not take the creature down. The Sherman family weren't the only ones to be traumatized on the property. After they moved out, several new owners experienced eerily similar encounters with these creatures, and today, the ranch has become a hub of paranormal research that's aptly renamed Skinwalker Ranch. So that's where we're going to pause. What do you guys are taking from that so far? So, Big Wolf, hard to take down. What else?
It's bulletproof.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to
Timberwolf.
lose.
Timberwolf.
Fire
Fire
away,
away.
fire
Fire away.
Oh my god.
God.
But don't worry, Ricochet. Take your
Take your
aim.
aim.
Fire away. Fire away.
I am Tata.
And we suck at keeping a subject straight.
How to get copyrighted
Yeah,
in
that's
5
why we have those
seconds.
two on this side of the room.
While paranormal
So
investigators probe the property with novel inventions, what they seek has a history that is centuries old. This is the legend of the Navajo Skinwalker. So, before we more or less go into the stories of the Skinwalker Ranch, I was wanting to go about telling the story of the Navajo legend of the Skinwalker, and what is a Skinwalker, and where did the Skinwalker really come from, in the words of the Navajo.
Are you going to explain why the Skinwalker Ranch is cursed?
Oh, I believe that is in this as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have, but if you want to go ahead, and if I don't go anything, like if you know it, please let us know.
I got you.
All right, hell yeah. So let's take
I don't
a
have a
deep
text open,
dive
though.
into the Navajo legend that is the Skinwalker. And again, I highly encourage. I don't want me to be, because I'm going to be reading this in my, like what I have been reading anyway, like, you know, trying to be suspenseful. But I don't want to be suspenseful the entire time. Please, if you hear jokes that you can make, say it. Cut me the fuck off.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm assuming you're reading-
Can we read along with you?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think
Yeah,
I
are
have it
you
up.
reading the Skinwalker Wikipedia?
No.
Oh. Because I have the Wikipedia of Skinwalker, Skinwalker Ranch, and Navajo up.
They're all like pretty meh, honestly.
Yeah. The Navajo one is freaking thorough as shit, though.
Oh yeah, it is. But hey,
Jesus.
quick trivia: the Navajo translation literally means by means of it, it goes on all fours.
Oh.
I like how you literally read that as it's literally plastered on this screen. That was literally going to be in the first paragraph that I was going to read here.
Did you know that Alcatraz means pelican?
Oh,
Oh my god.
Dude, no.
Anyway.
wait, I think I might have the same thing up then.
The chimpanzee has the throat structure to speak, but it just doesn't have the brain power to.
Yeah, well, I have the...
Did you know
mind.
Subway's tuna is not real tuna?
Oh my god! Fuck.
Did you know Subway's not
Did you know
fresh?
Subway's bread
despite
isn't
all
actually
the
bread?
assumption.
No, it's
Yeah, it's fucking yoga mats.
It's yoga mats.
Yoga
Did
man.
you know fruit or nuts
don't
and that
care. I
bananas
still
are
ate
actually
Subway today.
berries?
Yes, same Subway.
Very-
No, legitimate. Okay, wait. I'm
Bananas
gonna-
are berries. Nuts are fruit. Peanuts aren't even nuts. They're lagoons.
Yeah.
Nothing's
No,
a
I
lagoon.
just say- I
The
just-
juice
lagoon.
come from a
I
fruit.
just say this. I don't give a fuck.
That's a good
They
thing
taste
to do.
yummy.
It's food.
I don't care if
Food
they
is
yummy.
fucking. Yeah, food is fucking.
I'm
food. I
honestly
don't give a shit.
surprised
What
that
the
you
fuck?
haven't went to
Okay.
Got Go Food yet.
Yeah.
I'm drinking. I already ate fucking Burger
Actually,
King.
yeah, I was gonna
You
say,
still
if you're
eat.
drinking, it's probably the best reason to fucking eat something.
But, all right.
I'm probably thinking there's something in the fucking microwave.
So what is a Skinwalker? As the Navajo English Dictionary explains, the Skinwalker has been translated as to what Remori just said. Ye Natalishi. This literally means
Yeehaw.
by means of
Apparently,
it goes on all fours.
Mako, apparently you're not actually supposed to say the name or else you fucking summon it. So have fun with that.
Not
Okay,
Lucy.
Candyman, Candyman.
Candyman, motherfucker.
Candyman. But
Candyman, Candyman.
Behind you.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Yo, Rustic, I just realized. Wait, Rustic, I just realized your world is fucking Candyman proof, because even if you say it 5 times in the mirror, you're not there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So how's it feel like to be dead, Mako? Is it comfy as I thought?
I'm actually kind of hard.
What the
Nice.
That's too much info.
Norma.
That's probably just a rigor mortis. I'm sure it's nothing.
EMI, motherfucker.
Oh well.
Man, imagine being punched.
But-
and never-
But the Yi Nana Lushi is merely one of many varieties of the Skinwalker. The Pablo people, I hope I said that right, Apache, and Hoppy,
Pueblo.
Hi, I'm Bobby.
Apache and Hoppy.
Pablo.
also have their own legends involving the Skinwalker.
Oh, what a fucking picture that is.
Dear God.
Titty.
Some traditions believe that
Oh, he got a
Skinwalkers are
frisbee.
born of a benevolent medicine man who abuses indigenous magic for evil. The medicine man is then given mythical powers of evil that vary from tradition to tradition. But the power all tradition mentions is the ability to turn into or possess an animal or person. Other traditions believe a man, woman, or child can become a skinwalker should they commit any kind of deep-seated taboo. Everyone in Alabama.
Dude, literally. Mako. That is literally the exact thing that turns people into Wendigos. The literal
When it
exact
goes, it has
thing.
to be cannibalism.
No, but it's because it's taboo, though. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
it's not any forms of taboos. It's just cannibalism.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
This
If
is
you're
why
if you're a
I don't go
cannibal,
places.
do you
I just
become a
stay the fuck
skinwalker
home.
or a Wendigo?
If you're in Canada, you become a Wendigo.
And this
What
is
if
why
you're
I
on the
keep a
border?
9mm in my
Actually,
fucking
you know what?
pocket.
You know what? Since we're doing
And
Skinwalker now,
if you're Mexican, you become the El
Chupacabra.
Don't, no, you shut the fuck up with that.
Boy.
It's okay. You got El
El
Chupacabra, El Chupacabra in Mexico. You got
Yeah,
the
become
Skinwalker
the
in
goat sucker
America,
gal.
or in the United States, and then you got the Wendigo in Canada.
I was thinking you just become
Australia, we
fat.
have Lisbon Man.
I'm about to say, what's
Wait.
in Russia? What's in fucking other shits?
You just
In Russia, you're just in Russia, you're just
in
normal
Russia,
man.
you
Becomes
just
you.
become a bear.
Okay,
I was
so
thinking
wait,
literal
vodka
grizzly
becomes
bear.
you.
since we're talking about the Skinwalker now, I'll do research. I'll do my homeworks, and I'll talk about the Wendigo in a future episode.
Oh yeah, we should
It's
definitely
a Canadian,
bring-
it's a Canadian
bring up-
folklore monster.
Yeah.
All right,
And then
keep
fuck it,
going.
we'll talk about the fucking El Chupacabra sometime too, whatever.
What the f-
But the skinwalkers are described as being mostly animalistic, physically. Even when they are in human form, they are reportedly near impossible to kill, except with a bullet or a knife dipped in white ash. Well, motherfucker. Every time I scroll down, it just scrolls right past it as I get close to it.
That's why I just drag.
It don't want to drag.
Wow.
Okay. Little more is known about the purported being, as the Navajo are really reluctant,
Staunchly.
really reluctant to discuss it with outsiders, and often even amongst each other. Traditional belief portends that speaking about the malevolent beings is not only bad luck, but makes their appearance all more than likely. Native American
We're gonna
writer
die!
and historian Andre
Why?
Keene explained
to
how
die.
J.K. Rowling's use of similar entities in her Harry Potter series affected the indigenous people
Not the JK
who
that got shot.
believed in the Skinwalker.
He said, You said
Brother.
it makes it more likely to appear. Phrase goes, "We're gonna die." I'm like, "Well, you're gonna die. I'm Canadian. It's COVID. You can't cross the border."
Fair.
Fuck.
Though you can run up through Montana pretty easy. Not that I know.
What?
What happens when Rolling pulls this in is we as Native people are now open up to a barrage of questions about these beliefs and traditions, said Keen. But these are not things that need or should be discussed by outsiders. So I'm sitting here wondering, when was the Skinwalker in Harry Potter? Because I don't remember.
I think the He Who Shall Not Be Named looks like one.
Sorta.
No.
Just out in the middle of the woods,
Ones that were, like,
fucking
fixed
nomming
out
on them
the
unicorns.
No, he's if anything, he's a rake. He's not a fucking Skinwalker. Skinwalkers are like animals, straight up.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
there's
much.
the rake too. There's so many of these things that look the exact same.
Cryptids.
Yeah, but we played the rake in what's it called? It's just a
In
rat.
silence.
In the rake?
In silence.
Yeah, it's just a rat. In silence.
I was thinking you were talking about in the game, the rake.
No, like the rake in silence is the rake.
Is that the rake?
Yeah.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Oh,
What the fuck?
A rat
What?
creature.
my.
In 1996, a couple of outsiders were introduced to the legend after a series of inexplainable events occurred at their new ranch. Terry and Gwen Sherman first observed UFOs of varying sizes hovering above their property. Then 7 of their cows died or disappeared. One was reportedly found with a hole cut into the center of its left eyeball. Another had its entire rectum carved out. All right, so I'm literally going to carve out the ass.
These boys kinky.
Man, that's a whole new meaning to eat ass.
Can I have?
I mean, I guess UFOs really like baloney.
Remora, you better hide. They go for ass. You're in danger.
They go.
It's like, damn, I'm hunting for ass. Let me look at this.
Yo, wait,
Remora just goes outside. Oh no, what a tragedy.
Michael, you know what I just realized? Bonfire was a...
Bonfire.
Yeah, he was a Skinwalker because his whole slogan was "Eat ass."
Oh God.
Be fast, eat ass.
Bonfire.
Skate fast,
Skate
eat ass.
fast. Eat ass. Why skate when you can
well.
fly? And Jesus, take the wheel. That was great.
I just rewatched that fucking video like yesterday.
That's what made me want to download VR Chat was that video.
Yeah,
But
me too.
the cattle the Shermans
met him
didn't
once.
find. No, I haven't either. The cattle the Shermans
No,
did
I
find
did.
dead were both surrounded by an odd chemical smell. One was found dead in a clump of trees, and the branches above appeared to have been cut off. One of the cows that vanished had left tracks in the snow, and that suddenly stopped. If it's snow, it's hard for a 1,200 or 1,400 pound animal to just walk off without leaving tracks, or to stop and then walk backwards completely and never miss their tracks. It was just gone. It's very bizarre, said Terry. Hold up. Let me do this in his voice. If it's snow, it's hard for a 1,200 or 1,400 pound animal to just walk off without leaving tracks, or stop and walk backwards completely and never miss their tracks. It was just gone. It was very bizarre.
Very
Damn it,
bizarre.
Terry.
Very bizarre indeed.
Very bizarre indeed.
Sorry, Marco came out.
Perhaps most terrifying were the voices Terry heard while walking his dog. in the trees.
I'm just like running.
You're like, what the?
fucking hell's going
They're
on?
in the trees.
Mary,
Lorax.
get
Speak
my
for the
goddamn
trees.
shotgun. There's some fucking idiots in the
I
fucking
spaced
trees.
out for half a second. What
And
the
for
fuck
some
happened?
fucking reason. They're speaking Vietnamese.
Mary,
Wait, did you just say they're speaking in the beans?
they're picking the beans.
Oh, Vietnamese. Okay, I heard they're speaking in the beans. I was like, what?
Beans. And for some fucking reason, they're speaking for...
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. They're speaking.
Oh my god, I gotta kill him all.
Kill you, sir, motherfucker.
But Sherman reported that the voices spoke in a language he didn't recognize.
Oh, so maybe we're right. Maybe we're right.
He estimated that they came from about 25 feet away, but he couldn't see the thing. His dogs went berserk, barked, and ran back hastily to the house. After the Shermans sold the property, these incidences only continued.
I just heard a door creak. I got
Wait,
scared.
seriously, you know what? When I hear like
Skinwalker's in the house,
voices are speaking like unknown languages, the only thing that pops in my head is like, you know that scene from like the first Harry Potter when like he speaks.
When he speaks in tongues,
so-
was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't the first Harry Potter. It was the second, was it?
It was the second
No, it
one.
was the first
No, it was the first
That's
one.
the
It was
first
one of
one.
the
Wasn't the
first.
first.
It was one of the first
Yeah, it's-
scenes when he talked to the snake.
Yeah, it's when he's fighting Draco Malfoy.
It was the second one. It was
No,
actually
that's the
The
second
first one.
That's the second
the
one.
third one.
When he fights
It was the
Draco, that's the
second
second one. When they're on the table and then the snake, that's the second one.
Oh, it's the second one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's the Chamber of Secrets.
He talks to snakes in the first movie.
He talks to
No.
he
That
talks
wasn't
to a snake in the first movie,
No,
but he
no,
doesn't
no, the
speak in
first one-
tongues.
Look at my
On
finger.
the second
Checking.
one, he speaks in tongues.
No, Chamber of Secrets
While
is the
he's
second
fighting,
one.
Look at me.
while
Yeah,
he's
I-
fighting Draco on the table, they're doing a duel. They bring out a snake, and then he starts speaking to the snake, and then that's when he starts speaking in tongues, and everybody around. Yeah, that's the first time we heard him speak in tongues. He didn't speak in tongues on the first episode, on the first movie. I will stand by that. I'm a Harry Potter fanatic.
When him
agree
and
with him.
Draco
I
were
agree
having
with
fun
him
on
because
the
I said
table.
second. I said the second.
He talked to a snake, yes, on the first one, but he wasn't speaking in tongues. He spoke in tongues on the second one. Yeah, because of the Chamber of Secrets.
Yes.
Okay.
When ABC Family's having their Harry Potter weekend again, fucking watch it. That way you can fucking.
I believe you. I just didn't know.
I have
Jesus
a
Christ,
Peacock
I haven't
subscription. I
watched-
can literally find this out in like
I
2
haven't
hours.
watched. I haven't watched the Harry Potter's movie in like 10 years. I watched the first and second one. It's like the only ones I watched.
I just watched them for the first time like a month ago.
Yeah, Norman don't really care too much about Harry Potter, but I love Harry Potter. I've watched all the movies, I've read all the books, and I've played all the games.
Hey yo, Harry Potter night when?
I can't wait for the Harry Potter game that's coming. The
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, the RPG. Oh my god, that's gonna be so good. But anyway,
All right, okay, back to Skinwalker.
UFO
You know what else is
enthusiast.
good?
Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's how we.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
literally how we fall down the rabbit hole. Damn it! What happened to my spot? Oh, I accidentally hit it.
You want me to read? I got it.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know that anybody else was back on this page.
I'm watching it. I've been reading
I'm
along the whole
watching
time.
it.
Yeah.
UFO enthusiast and Las Vegas realtor Robert Bigelow.
Hold up. I just want to stop right there. I want the name Bigelow. Can I just be called Mr. Bigelow? Please.
God.
You, Sir Bigelow.
Is it Bigelow? B-I-G.
I'll call you
No,
Chris
it's
Bigelow from now.
it's Bigelow.
Yeah.
It's Bigelow.
Robert Bigelow
Bigelow.
bought the ranch for $200,000 in 1996.
That's
He
expensive as
established the
shit for 1996.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking 512-acre ranch.
Yeah.
That's still a lot for 1996.
He established the National Institute for Discovery Science on the grounds and put up substantial surveillance. The goal was to assess what exactly had been going on there. And just a quick side note as well, that the ranch is now fortified with barbed wire, private property signs, and armed guards. I
Kind of
didn't
like.
realize there were armed guards there.
Wait,
Yeah, it's kinda
If we're
like,
already talking about the weird happenings, I think we did just skipped over why that place is cursed with skinwalkers.
Well, all right, okay. Well, before
we didn't
we go
skip
on,
over anything.
No, we haven't.
No, I'm pretty sure that like the wiki just straight up skipped over it.
This isn't the wiki.
What is it then?
I'm assuming that's later.
This is a straight up article that is telling us about skinwalkers. I guess it's a great time to acknowledge our source for today. Allthat'sinteresting.com.
/Skinwalker.
Yeah, pretty much.
They make sure to use
Hashtag
promo code Mr. Marco at checkout for 15%
Oh
off.
my god.
That's the wrong website.
It's also the wrong percentage. It's 10%, right?
No, it's 15. You got the percentage
15?
right. Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, G Fuel.
I
G
was
Fuel
gonna
does
say,
10%.
I'm
Never
ready to
mind.
make it 20.
The large
you.
creature that lay motionless, almost casually in the trees. The only indication of the beast's presence was the penetrating yellow light of the unblinking eyes as they stared fixedly back into the light. As I bent over and gaped my ass.
I was gonna say, why the fuck were you moaning when you said penetrating?
Mako.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back and read the paragraph you skipped.
Yeah, so in reference to that, on March 12, 97, Bigelow's employee biochemist, Mr. Colm Keller, spotted a large human figure perched in a tree. Detailed in his book, Hunt for the Skinwalker, the creature was 20 foot off the ground and about 50 feet away, and that was the quote in that story there.
Well, hey, that's good. Now that you've explained what I just fucking gaped my asshole for.
I'll be accepted.
But you know what? He did what any American would do. Get my gun.
Presented himself?
Hit the rifle.
And get my gun. Keller fired at the supposed skinwalker with a rifle, but it fled. It left claw marks and imprints on the ground. Keller described the evidence as the signs of a bird of prey. Maybe a raptor print, but huge. And from the depth of the print, from a very heavy creature. This was only...
Wait a minute. Okay, when it says skinwalker is like they take an animal skin and like wear it, and they turn into an like fucked up version of that animal.
There are pictures of them like covered in like draping.
The fuck do you turn into a bird?
That's a good question.
You stick his dick in his clacker.
birds.
It just like got a fucking owl, just like opened it, and just like wore it like a hat, and just like, whoa, I'm a bird now.
Already a big bird.
Is it
Some owl was in the poster. I'm like, oh, you fucking bitch.
Rips owl open, puts owl over top of head. That's about as far as I can get it. God, I'm good at being an owl. Hoot! Hoots!
It's like
Meanwhile,
Joey
just in the
from
trees,
Friends.
like, ooh, ooh. The guy's like, what
Joey
the
from
fuck
Friends
is that guy
when he puts
doing?
the head in the turkey.
Oh god.
God.
This was only a few days after another unnerving incident. The ranch manager and his wife had just tagged a calf before the dog began acting strangely. Phase?
Calm down.
Wait, are you calling Faze a dog?
Phases and I get to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or read? Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? They went back to investigate 45 minutes later, and in the field, in broad daylight, found the calf and its body cavity empty. Said Keller, most people know if an 84-pound calf is killed, there is blood spread around it. It was as if all the blood had been removed in a very thorough way. The distressing activity continued well into the summer. 3 eyewitnesses saw a very large animal in a tree, and also another large animal at the base of the tree, continued Keller. We had videotape equipment, night vision equipment. We started hunting around the tree for the carcass, and there was no evidence whatsoever. Ultimately, Bigelow and his research team experienced over 100 incidents on the property, but couldn't amass the kind of evidence that scientific publication would accept with I was shocked they didn't use credibility. Instead, they said credulity. Bigelow sold the ranch to a company called Animantium Holdings for $4.5 million in 2016.
200,000 to 4.5 million. That's a substantial gain.
Yeah.
Yes. All they had to do is lose a lot of animals. Nevertheless, the research on Skinwalker Ranch is more sophisticated and secretive than ever.
It really is, because Skinwalker Ranch is still patrolled by armed guards.
Oh.
The funny thing is,
They probably found that bitch.
like, imagine that. Like, hey, we're gonna hire you as an armed guard to stand around this ranch that's in the middle of fucking nowhere. By the way, the goings-on that's been happening here, these creatures or whatever the fuck that exists are, like, immune to bullets, so here's a gun, protect us, thank you.
Thank you.
They are immune to
Someone help
bullets.
you.
But here,
In
take
case
this.
you're
There's a
about to
gun.
die, here's the sippy bottle.
There are many stories about skinwalkers online in such forums as Reddit. These experiences commonly occur on Native American reservations and are allegedly only prevented by the blessings of a medicine man. While it's
Oh, well.
what am I hearing?
That's my dog.
Bork!
Oh,
Bork! Bork!
while it's difficult to
Wait. Rustic, is that your pig? Is that your mini pig?
Oh my
He
god.
got the big boys!
He got the pig, boys!
God.
While it's difficult to discern just how truthful these accounts are, the descriptions are almost always the same. A four-legged beast with a disturbingly human, albeit marred face.
Albeit.
Yeah. And orange.
It's like the most country
red,
word, bruh.
glowing eyes. It really
And
is.
albeit more
Albeit.
face.
Those who claim to have seen these skinwalkers also said that they were fast and made hellish noise. Like
Hellish, yeah.
there is a story, and this kind of reminds me of a story. This couple were driving back home to California, and they were taking the road that passes directly by Skinwalker Ranch. Now, all of a sudden, they had come up on what they perceived to be a dog, but it was a big dog.
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 Yeah, dog. But it was in the middle of the road. They stopped. The dog just stared at him with the bleeding yellow eyes. And then, when they went around it, the dog started chasing. And even though they got up to 90 miles an hour, the dog was still right next to them the entire time. Not looking as where he was going, just staring into the car. And then eventually...
Wow. They had a dog on them.
And eventually the dog gave up his pursuit. And when they looked back, the dog just vanished.
Well, if it was running 90 miles an hour, it's not hard to vanish. Yeet! Just freaking yeets into a forest.
That's true. Skinwalkers have crept... But skinwalkers have crept back into popular culture throughout television shows such as HBO's The Outsider and the History Channel's upcoming The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, the documentary series. For horror-centric programming and a virtually demonic being that roams the countryside is rather perfect.
True.
Wait, so there's an actual show?
X.
Since taking over
Yeah.
Skinwalker Ranch, Aluminium has installed equipment all over the property, including cameras, alarm systems, infrared, and more. Most alarming, however, are the accounts from the company's employees.
Can I just say real quick, Adamantium is one of the coolest damn company names I've ever heard. I'm just putting it out there.
Well, if you think it's so cool, then you can read what's going on from Vice.
Okay. According to Vice, employee Thomas Winter... Oh, I almost said Winterston. It's Winterton. Thomas Winterton was one of several who randomly experienced skin inflammation. Oh my God, rashes and nausea. Oh my God, puke. Sorry. After working on the grounds, some had to be hospitalized with no clear medical diagnosis for their condition. Oh my God, they had the cold. I'm sorry.
They had COVID before it was
And
cool.
the following account parallels some of the inexplicable events featured in the sci-fi shows like The Outsider. As Winterton
I take my
reported,
truck up to the road, and I started to get closer. I started to get really scared. Just this feeling just takes over. Then I hear this voice, as clear as you and me talking right now. I said, stop. Turn around. I lean out the window with my spotlight, and I start searching around. Nothing. I be goddamn bullshit. Ain't nothing fucking around.
and as one pop star said, as I take my truck up the road and I...
Get told to turn around.
What did I come back to? I just got my dog to stop barking.
Despite
Stop,
this
turn
dreadful
around, I
experience,
lean out my window and with my...
despite this dreadful experience, Winterton reported that he isn't leaving Skinwalker Ranch anytime soon. It's like the ranch calls to you. Wait, I'm sorry. It's like the ranch calls to you. You know? He said with a weary smile. Out there he always talks to me. And at night I like to
Is that how you spell weary?
let it play in my butthole.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, really? What?
After learning about the legend and the stories about skinwalkers, we need to read upon the mythical creatures of the chupacabra, and then learn about another horrifying Native American legend, the child-eating Wendigo. So,
Literally the two fucking things we talked about earlier.
Oh my god.
but that concludes everything that this article has to say
The
about
child-eating
skinwalkers.
Wendigo.
Speaking of child
What?
eating,
Wait,
there is a
What?
very
Wait,
quick
what?
news article.
What kind of fucking segue is that?
There is a very
A
quick news
child
article
eating Wendigo.
relating to this.
Wait. So the article's over?
Yes,
Yeah,
Remori,
yeah,
what were you
that
saying?
that was all the article.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
it
that
was
was
a very-
about just the Skinwalker, right? It wasn't about Skinwalker Ranch.
There
it was
was,
just about the Skinwalker.
it had stories of Skinwalker Ranch and mostly the Skinwalker.
Okay, should I explain
Just-
why Skinwalker Ranch is cursed? then?
Yes, you should. And then we'll
Okay.
go. Well, wait. We'll come back because Remori had a segue about dead kids. What?
Yeah, well, there's a snippet image on that article you just read. A ranch family terrorized by unknown forces. It's probably like just a couple paragraphs. I'll just quickly read through this and then I can chuck it over to Nero. A local farming family has been reporting mysterious incidents occurring on their farm. Recently, many think it's a cry wolf situation. After the disappearance of their 10-year-old boy last week, the boy's father has made calls to the police almost daily, reporting strange incidents such as wolf tracks all over his property, bright lights flashing in his field. I'm sure it's just vandals trying to spook him because of what happened to his son, said the sheriff. There's been cattle disappearing all over the state, which explains the wolf tracks. As for the bright lights, they're just flashlights. With further reports of footsteps being heard off his roof and scratching on his door, the rancher has been granted police surveillance on the property to ensure his safety. Police are continuing to search for the rancher's 10-year-old son. The scratching on the door and on the roof could possibly be wolves.
Well, it could possibly be wolves, yeah, but at the same time, the homes on the property are also terribly haunted. There's some insanely crazy stories that come from just the ranch houses and stuff by themselves.
Yeah, and does that go back into like indigenous?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. I'll take it from there. So, the reason why the ranch ground are so haunted is because way back in the days, the Navajo were there was two tribes. There was a Navajo and there was another one that I forgot the name of. Sadly,
the Ute.
the Ute, yes, and they were pretty much at war constantly. But the Ute were taking Navajo children and selling them into slavery to outsiders. So pretty much as a, I don't want to say parting gift, but as a freaking revenge, they cursed the grounds to be always ran around by skinwalkers. So that's why the grounds are so fucking like active. It's because there's a curse on the grounds of the skin of the ranch, of the skinwalker ranch.
There's a curse under the ground, under the skin, under the ranch, under the ground, under the skin. What?
I'm drunk. Shut the hell up,
You're already drunk?
bro. I drank 4 beers while we were doing D&D.
Nero's always drunk.
God damn.
Man, you started quick. Damn, I still drinking.
But like
I mean, 4
that's
beers
pretty
in 2 hours.
Huh?
I said 4 beers in 2 hours. Let's go.
Well, I get that. Well, we still got about roughly 10 minutes to kill. Do you guys have any stories, other stories of skinwalkers that you might have? Like other, like experience stories that you might like to discuss? Let me see.
I mean, there's
nothing.
It's another one I remember I heard. It's like there's, I think it has to deal with the one Remori just read, the article of the family getting terrorized by skinwalkers. It's in a family that moved to a new house, and they like the wife was really against the husband keeping his guns in the house because they had like young children's. So they made a compromise. They was gonna keep his guns in the shed, and they pretty much made it like a habit. Like every night they would just like chill on the balcony. They would just talk about whatever, just have a cup of coffee, just chill on the balcony, listening to music.
Well,
and one day they heard movement past their fence in the woods clearing, and the husband went to investigate. And before, when he took like maybe 10 to 15 steps away from the balcony, and he just turned around and ran back to the house and just told his wife to get in, and then they locked all the doors. They ran around the house locking all the doors, and they were looking outside of the window, out the window, and they could see several like tall wolf-looking animals just circling the premises. And they were like the house, the way it's made is like there's like a wraparound porch. So they were just climbing on top of the wraparound porch, just like clawing at the walls and the windows and shit.
Are you two okay, you fucking cats? Anyway,
I didn't get what you're doing, and then I was like, "Oh, it's a throwback to the last episode."
So pretty much.
I'm like, what the
What?
fuck?
At some point
Before Rusty was talking, and I just stared.
At some point, the stepping stopped. At like fuck, how'd you say it? When you're walking, not footprints, the
Footsteps.
footsteps. Thank you. The footsteps stopped, and they looked outside, like they peeked through the curtains to just see that all of the wolves were just sitting in the middle of the driveway, just looking straight at the house.
That's
there was
terrifying.
like there was like 8 of them.
They were
just all
popping the
there,
squad.
just sitting, not moving, just staring straight at the house. And the husband really wanted to go get his weapon, but because they're in the shed that's outside, he was scared that he might get seen and attacked. So instead, what he decided to do was go out through a side door to try and get into his truck. But as soon as he went to unlock the door, he dropped the keys that alerted them.
Dummies.
So he just ran the fuck back out, just ran the fuck back inside, locked the doors again, and they just spent the entire night just on the second floor, just cowering in fear, because they were just like they were walking around the wraparound porch. They was like on the roof of the porch. That was like just equal to the second floor windows. They could just see shadows pass by the windows.
Damn.
That would be absolutely terrifying. Well, like, if you wanted to know more about this, let's see. The most common method for becoming a Skinwalker is said to be for the medicine man, or which to, in a sense, bring a dark cause upon themselves by performing rituals and rites of pure evil, in order to be imbued with their dark powers. In addition to gruesome rituals, are said to be required to commit great atrocities and grotesqueries or grave taboos, often including the murder of a loved one and other horrific acts. If all is done correctly, then they are infused with the insidious curse and all of the sinister powers it comes with. The most often results in the newly minted Skinwalker being banished from the tribe, after which they wander the wilderness, stalking, tormenting anyone they came across, feeding off of the fear, and they conjure in those who look upon them. They are, in a sense, cursed to walk these barren badlands forever, and they are at once both evil monsters and tragic figures. But they have brought this down upon themselves. This is the main lore, although there are variants. But it is hard to get a complete details, as a legend very much kept within the tribe, almost never spoken of to outsiders, is rarely discussed, even among the Navajo, as it is considered taboo to do so, and can even draw the attention of the creature. So make sure your doors are locked. I was literally just telling my doggo to shut up outside a while ago. That doggo is going to transform and eat my face later on tonight.
No, I think that's why I was gonna eat the face.
This is why I want to stay in cities more than fucking in townspeople.
Oh, I should release.
I love living in the country.
Same.
Just sucks because everything's far.
I live in the
Except
middle.
for now, I sort of live in town. I'm like,
Well, right now I live
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
like on
middle
the
of
edge of it.
fuck nowhere. I live up on a fucking hill.
I want to join you.
I'm telling you, I live so high up on a hillside. If it floods and if there's water up my house, most of the city is underwater.
I like it.
So
I want to go there.
that's how I live up on
live
the
underwater.
hillside.
I'm not even kidding. When I was gonna move, when I'm underwater. No.
I am under the water.
When I was initially looking at houses, I literally found one near where you lived. I'm like, I'm buying it.
I'm honestly thinking about buying. There's this. Well, I won't be able to afford it, but this person's house. It's a nice little house. It literally just went up for sale, and it's literally next door to where I work, so I could literally just walk to work.
I'm off to work, honey.
And this is why.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm home from work, honey.
But dude, could you imagine for me going from having to drive 75 miles to just walking to work?
That would be nice.
I would be I would be home much earlier during weekdays.
Just take off the top hat. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Hi, honey.
Yeah.
Tip your fedora.
On lunch, you're just waving through the window. Hi, honey.
It's literally right next door. Like, it's just...
Just tip your fedora.
Quiet, dude.
Wouldn't have to worry about.
You guys are just throwing hot dogs through the fences and shit for lunch.
Wouldn't have to worry
I need
about
some ketchup.
winter commutes because of snow or whatever. Just literally walk to work.
Yep, that'd be nice.
That would be
I
nice.
was
live where our
I
company
I could get
starts
to work
from,
today. Why? Because there's 10 feet of snow. Bro, it's...
Wait, but Mako, if you're ever sick, you can't get away with it.
No, I can't.
Your boss is gonna walk over to your door and be like, "Bitch, get into work."
Yeah. Because I am the boss.
Oh, good point. Corporates is gonna show up and be like, "Bitch, get to
and
work."
They, literally, like last Monday, no shit. Last Monday, me and Norma had an eye doctor's appointment that I put in a PTO day for. I was going to pay time off, take the day off, go to the eye doctor's appointment, and just relax all day, right? That's what I was going to do. Well, the next
heard
day,
was going,
the Thursday before that weekend, there was like, we're going to need you to come in Monday. And I'm like, what? Why? We have no one to replace you Monday? Motherfucker.
You son of a bitch.
I was so tired. I was so sleepy.
That's one of the moments where you just don't answer the phone and be like, "Shit, oh no, my phone's gone."
No, they told me while I was at work. So they told me that Thursday.
Damn, no escape.
Yeah, I had no escape on that one. But that really does. I believe that concludes everything that we got for Skinwalkers today, ladies and beans. So, what do you guys think? Did we learn anything?
Yes, they're kinky. They like your
Always white
booty.
people.
They like the booty.
That's always
little
white
booty.
people.
Be careful.
Remor, did you just pass out?
No.
Oh.
Lynx
Lynx
is
has been dead for a while.
Lynx is half body over there. No wonder what the hell he's doing.
I don't know. I saw
Look,
Lynx
look,
just
look,
crumble
look,
suddenly.
what
and-
my explanation is always fucking white people.
Oh, but he's coming back.
But Chupacabra is gonna be about.
And then you
Not
got,
like
and then we got the Wendigo. So
You can't blame white people then.
Our next cryptid, our next cryptid will be the Wendigo.
shit.
Next week we'll have a bullshit episode where we sit here and have a good time, read dumb stories, Brisbane man stories. Bring me some, and
I'll be at Comic-Con.
We've actually got New Zealand man stories.
yeah.
we got New Zealand man
Next
stories.
week.
So we'll have a bullshit episode next week, and
Alright,
then
my VR just
we'll-
died.
Really?
It froze.
Look at his posture.
Oh, we
My
can
VR
still
froze.
we can still see you. You're still moving for us.
Hey. Yeah, you're still
What?
moving.
Yeah,
He's
We're
about
hitting
to
you in the face.
die.
I think it's just your headset.
yeah. It's just your headset froze. The
Oh, that
screen,
is so disorienting. If I
This-
look around the thing, the windows just froze.
the screen freezes. But we're talking about. That's a good thing we're ending the episode. But we're talking about.
Might want to end it quick before he fully crashes.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be doing
I'm still here. I can hear you guys.
Wendigos when Phase comes back. And then after Wendigos, we're going to take another dive into part 2 of SCPs.
No.
Recipes.
Yay.
What do you do with that?
Sexually contracted penis.
What?
Yay.
Sexually
Yay.
Hey, Phase, no. A sexually constipated asshole.
Oh, what about the pee?
Yeah, I'm about to say, where's the P in there?
Shh.
Yeah.
That's SCA.
SCA.
That's the
I was like,
SCA.
wait, what?
Sexually constipated penile
Booties.
instruction.
Sex continual people.
I,
Continual. Do it.
Continual.
Just keep going.
All right, before
wrong
we
with
just dive off into whatever rabbit hole we're diving into right now, this is where we're gonna have to say goodbye, ladies and beans. Thank you all so much for listening into this episode or watching on YouTube. Make sure to go check out everything like these guys' Twitch channels at twitch.tv/LynxParadox, twitch.tv/RusticII, twitch.tv/FazeTheFoxBean, twitch.tv/Nerocool, twitch.tv/GalvanVR, and twitch.tv/RemoriDesu. And you can find me at twitch.tv/MrMacoLive. But until we see each other next time, time, you beans. Remember to also go to SwiftLifestyles.com, use promo code MrMaco for 15% off at checkout. But until next time, remember to always hail yourselves.
Bye-bye.
Peace out, beautiful bastards.
I love all of you motherfuckers.
Alright, I'm gonna turn off my VR.
I'm going to skin.
I just thought SCP. Sexualized cream pies.
Oh, no.
I knew you
Now
were
you
gonna find
talk.
that.
Great. Alright, push it out, darling.
Wait, SCP slippery cream pie. There, now it makes more sense.
I'm gonna go.
That's okay.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay.
Boston
Wait.
cream pies. What is your mind doing?